WatchOS 26 has bricked my Apple Watch. It's actually kind of bricked both, but we'll get into that first. If you just take a look right now, this is what my watch is doing. It's just like soft rebooting constantly. Now, if I get away from the watch face, I think it will stop for a minute. It is ridiculous what's going on. So basically, I installed iOS 26 beta 2 first, and then I installed it on the watch as well. And I actually made a video on iOS 26. I'll link it down below and at the end of this video. But as I was making that video, I wasn't really paying attention to the watch. It had updated. I had looked through some of the watch faces to see if that secondhand thing was working on any watch faces that it wasn't. It was the same as my last video. If you missed that one, you want to see which watch faces support it and which don't, I'll link that at the end as well. When I finished that video, my watch was completely dead. And I was like, it was charged. I'm pretty sure it was charged up to 100%. The video didn't take me that long, maybe 20-30 minutes to film, and my watch was completely dead. It was insane. And I tried to recharge it. It would not take a charge for anything. It charges up to about 4%, gets super hot, and then it just goes all the way back down and shuts itself back off. So that's where I was at. And then I was like trying to figure everything out, like what is going on. Reached out to some friends who are on the beta. They're having no issues. Checked online, saw one person complaining about it. So then I made the vertical video, just kind of warning people. It was the quickest way to get a warning out there. And I heard from some others that are having the issue as well. So I know at least 3 or 4 people are having this issue. One of them at least has the Hermes watch. I've not been able to figure out the other 2 or 3 on what watches they have, but I am kind of leaning towards this being an Hermes issue only. I reached out to Apple yesterday as well, and sadly the support person I had just didn't understand how the watch system works. Because if you didn't know, the only way to get your bricked Apple Watch back to a solid version of WatchOS is actually to send it into Apple. This person thought that I could just launch the watch app, remove the watch from beta, and you get those people every once in a while, but usually they know what they're talking about. But I had already told them, like if I actually go to open the watch app on my phone, it just crashes. Like it won't do anything if this watch is paired to this phone. Now, if I unpair it, if I remove it from this device, then the watch app works and it restores. I can actually connect my Ultra back to my phone and everything is okay there. As long as this watch is paired to this phone in some fashion or another, it just automatically crashes. There's nothing I can do. It's just, I am stuck. So like I said, I reached out to Apple, and when I pushed back and I was like, well, I can't turn off beta. That's just not possible, and that's not how this works. They said, okay, let me check on this. And then they just disappeared. And then it came and said, well, we've closed this for now. If you want to reach back out, let us know. So I reached back out and it said, let me connect you to somebody. And then nobody has reached back out to me since. This was last night when I did this. And I was like, well, I'll make a video and then I'll reach back out and actually get this solved. The biggest problem is yes, this is going to actually have to go back into Apple. Usually the way that process works is they send me a box. I put the watch in that box and then I send it back out to them. They do whatever magic they have to do to actually downgrade the watch to a new version, and then they send me the watch back. There is another option every once in a while. They will send you a new watch, which that would be kind of nice. Maybe I can talk them into doing that. I do have to put a hold on my card to make sure I send the old watch back. Usually that stuff is if something is broke, because a lot of times they just send you a new one when something is broke. But I am leaving on Thursday, so I'm in this like loophole where I'm not going to get this watch back one way or the other before I leave for over a week. So that kind of bites. Now, like I said, I've heard a lot of people have not been having issues with this beta, so I am half tempted to install it on my Ultra. If things go bad there, then I'm just out of luck. Then I have no watches left. Let me know in the comments, what do you think I should do? Should I just stick with WatchOS 18 on here and then just try to get this back and wait till beta 3 and install it on my Series 10. I'm not sure what I'm going to do right now, so if you have any opinion at all, I'd love to hear from you guys. But if you are somebody like me that has this issue going on, let me walk you through what to do. So basically, if I come in here, this is fun. So even if I go to try to add a new watch face, it dies. And that's what it used to do. And now it's in this loop. And I'm not sure if that's because I enabled like airplane mode to try to save the battery. So it's already dropped 10% since I had it on the charger. Airplane mode seemed to actually allow it to charge. Let's go ahead and see now that it's off airplane mode. Nope, it still just keeps rebooting. Okay, so here's what you have to do. So if you go into the settings and then you scroll down to general, scroll down again, and there is a reset, and then erase all content and settings. So this is what I did earlier. Now this doesn't always fully unpair your watch from your phone. So like this is not what to do normally. Normally you would do it from the phone and that gets everything, that gets your iCloud all removed and everything like that. I'm gonna have to do that a different way. I have videos on that as well. All I have to do, I just tap this and then I put in my passcode. I'm not gonna share that with you. And then we scroll down and we say erase all. So now it's gonna remove this from my phone. And then as soon as it's removed completely, the watch app on my phone will start working again. My Ultra will go back to being paired to it. Now there's some people that are stuck in this other like even worse spot to where like I was there for a little bit myself. So if you try to repair the watch, there's sometimes it gets stuck in that pairing process. And then you're like, I can't even get to the settings to erase my watch. What I did in that case, I actually just held down the crown and the side button together for a few seconds. I don't remember how long. I don't know if it was 5 to 10 seconds. And then the watch actually rebooted and it actually unpaired itself at that point. This process can take a while, so you just got to kind of be patient and wait for the watch to fully remove from the phone. It's still doing its thing, but as you can see, now the watch app on the phone is working. It is back to being connected to my Apple Watch Ultra. Now this has been a very interesting issue. I am a developer. I've been running the betas ever since the very first one, and I haven't had an issue since that very first one. I believe it was beta 2 on that as well, maybe beta 3, but WatchOS 2, beta 2 or 3, bricked my Apple Watch as well. And I haven't had an issue. I've installed every beta on my watch since then with no problems at all until now. And it's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep you guys updated on how it all turns out. So be sure, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. God bless.